Welcome back, everybody, to the Madden NFL 24 franchise series with the Louisville Bulls. Your defending Super Bowl champions are now going to face the Detroit Lions, hopefully not to go on a losing streak. Playoff picture looks like this. We are the 1 seed in the AFC, and the Lions are nowhere to be seen since they're 4-9. But it is time to play some football. Let's play ball here today. It'll be Bulls versus Lions. Bulls in their alternate yellows, Lions in their away whites. Let's see how this one ends. We'll see at halftime of tonight's game.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got Miles Jack. He's up across 80 tackles for the season following his last game. It's the Lions and the Bulls, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and the world-renowned city of Louisville, Kentucky. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Bulls of Louisville. Hi again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, joining you as always. And, Charles, you check out this Louisville team. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And they're off here in Louisville. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Goff. Incomplete. You look at this defense, and right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test of taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first 3rd down try in the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second down and 3. On the option right is Jackson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about picking up that one? That was big for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 10, touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bulls will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. When you look at this defense, right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
All
NFL defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Stays on his feet. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 94 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Goff. In trouble, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback. And he's going to go down again. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside. And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go. from the 43. Here's second and a couple. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Oh, able to avoid him. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They'll run with Dobbins. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Dobbins. Touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. It's Williams on the catch. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. Montgomery on the counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Toss left to Montgomery. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back up.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson from 17 yards out. And the Bolts are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drive. There he goes, right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Goff now looking to throw. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On first down, it's Goff. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a dump off here complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again is Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, here's Goff. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Goff throwing again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And this one is right through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room. Yeah,
and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one.
After the first half,
Orlando to check
we
in with
are up
Jonathan Coachman in our
28-3.
Sports halftime report. Well, we're in the latter
And
stages of this season.
right
Everybody's
now,
getting antsy, so antsy
this
that we're going to
game
skip
is
the
going
halftime
exactly
and get ready for the
how I
third
want it
quarter.
to go. We will get the football to start the second half of this game. Let's go to some stats. Lamar Jackson, 4 of 7, 60 passing yards, and a pick. Jared Goff, 9 of 15, 74 yards. J.K. Dobbins, 14 rushes for 157 yards and 2 scores. Jackson, 5 for 35 and a touchdown. Here we go. Rondale Moore has 2 receptions for 41 yards. And with the Lions not getting a touchdown in that first half, they made it a early, big-time lead. But we're up by the devastating 28-3 score. We'll see what happens. Second half starts now.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Nice move at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jackson, option right. The quick feet by Jackson. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And some room to maneuver. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. 168 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Roquan Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. To the air again. Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Goff.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down. To throw is Goff.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Now it's Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. David Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. On the return is Duvernay, taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right.
Down the right sideline. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
15 yards through the air and a 1st down. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And St. Brown going to have the Lions 1st down as he'll get this up across the 30-yard line. Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Now Goff. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Again, Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Throwing again is Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
17.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Goff now to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
So plenty of
And that does it.
The
Louisville Bulls
guys. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done.
Stats.
And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy
23 of
watching
39,
our team play
248,
this
2
well.
scores.
This is fun.
Lamar Jackson, 4 of 8,
So
60
for
yards.
Louisville, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year.
Rushing is
And
where
they'll
we
hit
put
the
the
road next week to take on the Buffalo
Dobbins, 21
Bills.
for 184.
Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dropped their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
He's like